me this opportunity. நம்ம யாருக்கு நம்ம வந்து நிறைய பேரை இந்த கிளப்ல இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் பண்ணிருக்கோம். நிறைய டாப் சீஃப் கெஸ்ட் வந்திருக்காங்க. இது என்னன்னா, ஒரு ஆசிரியரை வந்து நம்ம இந்த கிளப்ல கூப்பிட்டு இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் பண்ணி ஒரு பெருமை பண்றது நம்ம எல்லாருக்குமே பெருமை. அது அவங்களுக்கு பெருமையா இல்லையோ, அதை காட்டிலும் பெருமை என்ன, நம்ம all Rotarians take pride in honoring a great teacher. Teacher is one of the greatest entity in the world today. இப்போ அவங்க எப்படி ஒரு பெரிய ஒரு உயர்ந்த ஆசிரியருங்க எப்படின்னா, அவங்க கிரியேட் பண்ண மாணாக்கர்களோட குவாலிட்டியை வச்சு நம்ம அவங்களோட இதை வந்து ஜட்ஜ் பண்ணலாம். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், இப்போ நம்ம ஃபோரத்துக்கு டாக்டர் பாக்யஸ்ரீ தேவி வந்திருக்காங்க. இன்ஃபேக்ட் அவங்க ஒன்னதி அவங்கள முதல்ல சொல்லிட்டு அப்புறம் அவங்க அவங்களோட டீச்சரை இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் பண்ணா கொஞ்சம் அப்ராப்ரியேட்டா இருக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். வந்து இப்போ வந்து எந்த ஒரு ஆசிரியருக்கும் என்ன பெருமைன்னா, அவங்க மாணாக்கர்கள் வந்து நல்ல உயர்ந்த நிலைக்கு அடைஞ்சிருந்தாங்கன்னா அதுதான் அவங்களுக்கு பெரிய பெருமை. வந்து அதை காரணம் சந்தோஷம் இது கிடையாது. நீங்க 1 கோடி ரூபா கொடுத்தா கூட சந்தோஷம் வராது அவங்களுக்கு. ஆனா என்னோட மாணாக்கர்கள் வந்து நல்ல உயர்ந்தத்துல இருக்காங்க, நீ உலகம் ஃபுல்லா பரவி இருக்காங்கிறது வந்து ஒரு பெரிய ஒரு கிரேட்டஸ்ட் பிளெஸிங் இன் திஸ் டேஸ். டாக்டர் பாக்யஸ்ரீ தேவி இஸ் ஒன் ஆஃப் தி லீடிங் psychologist, psychiatrist in Tamil Nadu.
Hello.
Yeah, with more than 18 years of exposure and experience in this profession. And she has done his master's degree and also diploma in psychiatry management. And Chennai, she has been serving in Chennai. Now, Madurai is blessed to have the services of Dr. Bhagyashree. She is, as President said, she is the President of the Indian Tamil Nadu Psychiatrists Association. She's presented a lot of papers and getting a lot of encomiums in many psychiatric journals all over the world. And she has got a very special training in child adolescent psychiatry, Chief Guidance Clinic in Bangalore, and Child Guidance Clinic and Institute of Child Health in Chennai. Coming to our chief guest and Dr. Radhakrishnan Awadi, teacher Vijaya Sundar has been associated with this profession for quite a number of years. But Mahatma School இன்னைக்கு 8 branch-ஓட எக்ஸ்பேண்ட் ஆயிருக்குன்னா, the contributions from people like Vijaya Sundar is commendable. Apart from his degree in masters, her mastery skills in dancing, music, and much more in arts is something to be appreciated. Her involvement at All India Radio as a artist, drama artist, and is comparing stage shows, especially for the dance programs, conducting workshops on teachers and students. And many of her articles have been presented in Hindu and the young world. She has participated in Vishu Saratya Arangam, has given a lot of music concerts also, promoted Harikathas, very interesting, Harikathas during school days, participated in international storytelling workshops in Singapore. She is versatile. She has been grooming the students the way she has been developing herself. Her education from Sarada Institution, Salem, and later on post degree in Loyola College, followed by BEd in St. Justin's College, Madurai. She has been in this teaching profession for 35 years. It's a great honor and pride for Rotary Club of Madurai West to honor such a coveted person in this field. And I have great pleasure introducing a guest personality to the August Forum. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Now the e-floor is yours, ma'am. We welcome our chief guest, Dr. R. Bhagyashree Devi.
Good evening, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, exactly.
Ma'am, good evening, ma'am. Vijaya, ma'am. Ma'am, we can't hear you. Unmute பண்ணிக்கோங்க.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, very good evening.
Good
Nice
evening,
to
ma'am.
see you after a long
No,
time.
thank you, ma'am. Is it who's behind you, ma'am? Is it sir?
Yeah, sir.
Sir, good evening, sir. I don't know whether he knows me. Good evening, sir.
He knows you. He knows
Okay.
you.
Anyway, thank you so much, Rotary Club, for this opportunity. I would say இது வந்து ரொம்ப ஒரு special moment because how many students would have an opportunity like this to, felicitate a teacher, and I consider myself very lucky. Actually, sir, President sir, you just stopped with one student. If you had given us, a free platform, most of our batchmates would have been ready to, just join this meeting and felicitate our Vijaya ma'am, but our hands were tied. Anyway, I'll be the representative of all my friends. Hello.
Yeah, you can proceed, ma'am. Please.
Yeah. Thank you. So today's heroine, Vijaya ma'am, I would say I think my travel with ma'am started when I was around third or fourth, I believe. That was when I started my schooling in Mahatma per se. Um, see, as far as இப்போ நான் சொல்ல போறதெல்லாம், this is my personal experience with our teacher. Usually the idea of a teacher for us would be a person who's going to deliver us knowledge, clarify doubts, teach us something new according to the subject. She was our English teacher, if I remember well, and either a particular class teacher. But Vijaya ma'am, I would say she's a right combo of a teacher, a parent, a mentor, and a friend. இந்த மாதிரி பேக்கேஜ் வந்து ஒரு டீச்சர்கிட்ட வந்து பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா இட்ஸ் வெரி ரேர் ஃபார் அ ஸ்டூடெண்ட் டு கெட். வை ஐ வுட் சே திஸ் பிகாஸ் சப்ஜெக்ட்ஸ் ஒரு பக்கம் இருந்தாலுமே பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா ஐ திங்க் most of my time with ma'am would have been with the talents, the art, drama, and singing competitions, and I used to enjoy those practice hours and rehearsals which Vijaya ma'am used to give us. She was our teacher, in making us sing, dance, and all that. And I vividly remember one particular program, ma'am, annual day function or something, where you had to express all the நவரசாஸ், நவரசங்களை வந்து காமிக்க வேண்டிய ஒரு இது கொடுக்கும்போது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அவ்வளோ அழகா மேம் காமிச்சாங்க. ஸோ ஷி இஸ் மல்டி டேலண்டட் அண்ட் ஸோ மெனி ஸ்டில் ஹிடன் நிறைய இருக்கு மேம்கிட்ட. ஆக்சுவலி ஷி இஸ் வெரி அப்ரோச்சபிள் சார். அதாவது ஒரு டீச்சருக்கு ஒரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டை மட்டும் தெரிஞ்சிருக்குன்னா பரவாயில்ல, ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டோட ஹோல் ஃபேமிலியை வந்து தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறது அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து வெரி ரேர். ஒவ்வொரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டுடைய பேரண்ட்ஸ் பற்றி, பிரதர்ஸை பற்றி ஒவ்வொருத்தரையும் பார்க்கும்போது மேம் கேட்டுக்குவாங்க எப்படி இருக்காங்கன்னு. ஸோ தட் ஆல் மேக்ஸ் அஸ் ஃபீல் வெரி மச் க்ளோஸ் டு அ டீச்சர் ஈவன் ஆஃப்டர் த ஸ்கூலிங். It's very, very important, I would say, even after the schooling. And this is not restricted to one particular student or those students who are in the limelight or doing well. It's about all the students. அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு பார்ஷியாலிட்டி இல்லாமல் எல்லா ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸை பற்றியும் பேரை வச்சு அவங்க ஃபேமிலி மெம்பர்ஸ் இதை வச்சு கரெக்டாக கேட்பாங்க. பிகாஸ் வி ரீசென்ட்லி ஹேட் ஆர் ரீயூனியன், ஸ்கூல் ரீயூனியன். அந்த 25th ரீயூனியன் பண்ணும்போது டீச்சர்ஸ் கமிட்டியில் நான் இருந்தேன். அண்ட் we felicitate all our teachers. So when we went to KK Nagar branch Mahatma building, she helped us with gathering all the phone numbers of all the teachers who were still not working in the school, and she helped us a lot in it made our work actually much easier and simpler. So and the special quality da na solren. And as a female, on a personal note, see, teachers knowingly or unknowingly they teach us a lot, and of course the learning is up to the student. I do observe a lot, and அதில் வந்து எனக்கு விஜயா மேம் வந்து பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா she was always an inspiration for me, where a female has to balance between a career and a personal life. ஸோ மேடம் டீச்சராக வந்து ஒரு கோணத்தில் பார்த்தாலுமே அவங்களுக்கு வந்து எங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சுதான் மேரேஜ் ஆச்சு, and so as a small school child, when a student comes to know about the marriage of a favorite teacher, I don't know how other students felt. எனக்கு இது தோணுச்சு. டீச்சருக்கு கல்யாணம் ஆகுது அப்படின்னு சொல்லும்போது நிறைய டீச்சர்ஸ் மேரேஜ் ஆயிட்டு விட்டுட்டு போனாங்க ஸ்கூலை. ஸோ எங்களுக்கு அது தெரியும், எனக்கு அது தெரியும் போது ஐயோ மிஸ் நம்ம ஸ்கூலை விட்டு போயிடுவாங்களா, திரும்ப பார்க்க முடியாதா அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு ஃபீலிங்லாம் இருந்தது. பட் ஃபார்ச்சுனேட்லி ஷி ஸ்டேட் பேக் அண்ட் ஷி ட்ராவல் வித் அஸ் till the end of her schooling. So and after her marriage also I could see how she balanced as a wife, then after சைல்ட் பர்த் அந்த 2 ட்வின் குழந்தைங்களோட மதரை வந்து பேலன்ஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க. இந்த பக்கம் ஸ்கூலுக்கு வந்துட்டாங்கன்னா ஒரு ஒரு என்ன சொல்றது, அப்படியே அவதாரம் மாறிடும். ஷுட் பி அ பர்ஃபெக்ட் ஆர்கனைசர், அ டீச்சர் அண்ட் ஆல் தட் திங். ஸோ அந்த ஒரு ரைட் மிக்ஸ் ஆஃப் அன் அத்தாரிட்டி, ஃப்ரெண்ட்லி ஆட்டிடியூட் அண்ட் அன் அப்ரோச்சபிள் ஆட்டிடியூட் and delivering this thing in a customized way to every student. அது வந்து பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா very few people only have it. I would say it's an art. It doesn't come by any training or qualification or course. It's an art. மேம்க்கு வந்து அந்த ஆர்ட் வந்து இன்ஹெரண்டாக இருக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். அதனால தான் வந்து ரொம்ப கேஷுவலாக வந்து அது வந்திருக்கு. இன்னி வரைக்கும் மை பேரண்ட்ஸ் டீச்சர்ஸ் பற்றி பேசும்போது ஸ்பெசிஃபிக்காக வந்து நிறைய டீச்சர்ஸ் பற்றி கேட்பாங்க. அதில் ஒன்று வந்து நிச்சயமாக விஜயா மேம் பேர் இருக்கும். அண்ட் ஷீ இஸ் வெரி சிம்பிள் டவுன் டு எர்த். எனக்கு பிடிச்சது அதுதான் மேம்க்கு அந்த குவாலிட்டி. ஸோ இந்த பிளாட்ஃபார்ம் வந்து ஐ கிராப் தி ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி. ஒரு மிஸ்டர் ராஜா சார் எனக்கு ஃபோன் பண்ணும்போது நான் உடனே எஸ் சொல்லிட்டேன். டைமிங் சொன்னாங்க, இன்னும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை சார், ஐ வுட் லைக் டு கிராப் திஸ் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஐ டுக் அப் திஸ் திங் பிகாஸ் ஐ கன்சிடர் திஸ் அஸ் அ வெரி ஸ்பெஷல் மூமெண்ட். பிகாஸ் நிறைய ஜூம் மீட்டிங்ஸ் கண்டக்ட் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். நான் கண்டக்ட் பண்ணியிருக்கேன் ஆஸ் மதுரை அசோசியேஷன் பிரசிடெண்ட்டாக. ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் மீட் இருக்கும், ஸ்பீக்கராக பேசியிருக்கோம். பட் இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு இன்ஃபார்மல் மீட் வந்து இட்ஸ் ஆக்சுவலி நைஸ். நல்லா இருக்குது இந்த இன்ஃபார்மல் மீட் with so many people, Rotarians in this group. This West wing, I think I'm new to this. I have been invited once to, I don't know which wing it is, JC la regular nadakkum. On the wing la once there was a invitation with stress and edo or adha patti pesana mari irukku. Angeyume nera pere paathen. All were very welcoming and it was nice to know lot of people in different different professions la வந்து இங்க ஒரு காமன் இதுல இருக்குது. ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருக்குது. Thank you for this opportunity. I pray God to bless Vijaya ma'am and her family to with a long, healthy and a peaceful life. Ma'am, நீங்க எப்பவுமே இதே மாதிரி கண்டினியூ பண்ணிட்டே இருக்கணும். Even after retirement, please continue delivering your this casual way of a comfortable casual way of reaching out the youth and it's very rare, I would say, very rare these days to see such teachers, especially in private schools. So that I would like to underline, because I do have a lot of kids coming to my clinic with the various complaints and all that. adula eppadiyo teacher பத்தி ஒரு டிஸ்கஷன் வரும், வந்தே தீரும். டீச்சர், ஃபேக்கல்ட்டி, பிரின்சிபல், மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் அப்படின்னு அந்த மாதிரி வரும்போது வந்து டீச்சர்ஸை பற்றி எப்போவுமே ஒரு நெகட்டிவ் ஆர் பாசிட்டிவ் ஆட்டிடியூட் வரும்போது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இப்போ ஆஃப்லைட் நிறைய கேள்விப்படுறேன். பட் we didn't fortunately have that kind of an experience those days, and I think we were gifted in that way to have such friendly, approachable and resourceful teachers. Exact combination, I would say. So thank you for this opportunity, sir, and allowing me to felicitate our ma'am.
Thank you, guest speaker.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now the floor is for question and answers. Hello.
Yes.
President?
Yes, Siva. Question
any further?
Ma'am பேசலாமா? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you can, please.
அவங்களுக்கு கொடுத்துருங்க.
I think we should hear Vijay ma'am speaking.
Yeah,
This
definitely.
session is incomplete, sir.
Okay.
Over to Vijaya ma'am. Over to Vijaya, உங்க நீங்க பேசலாம் ma'am. Floor is open for you ma'am. Please. Unmute பண்ணு.
Ma'am, you can unmute yourself.
அப்படிதானே நினைச்சோம்.
Yes, clear.
Yes. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes ma'am. Yes, clear.
இல்ல நம்ம என்ன நினைச்சோம், அவன் சிங்கப்பூர்ல இருக்கிறதுனால ஓரளவுக்கு ஒரு எக்ஸ்போஷர் இருக்கிற குடும்பமா இருக்கும்னு நினைச்சோம். இதுக மாதிரி இப்படி தர்பியா இருக்கும்னு நம்ம நினைக்கல.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, there's somebody speaking on the other side. I'm just waiting for them to finish.
Ma'am, you can proceed, please.
Okay, good evening. Welcome to all who are present at the meeting, the President, the Secretary, and the other honorable members of Rotary Club Madurai West. And it gives me immense pleasure to be a part of this program today. And thanks for all of you for your best wishes extended to me, and the honor on receiving the Nallasariyar Virudu, the state award. And dear Bhageshri, I'm really very happy to have you here in this program today.
Thank you.
And a beloved student of mine, I would like to tell about her first, right? And she is a student, a very determined student. He wanted to be a doctor, and today she's a doctor. I know how hard she worked, how systematically she worked, how many hours she worked a day. So now today, ultimately, she has realized her dream of being a doctor. So I'm very proud of such students, right? So all such students only make teachers like me. So Bhageshri has always been very special to me. I'm really very happy that she felicitated me today. Thank you very much, Bhageshri.
Thank you, ma'am. It's a pleasure, ma'am.
And right, I'm very sure she'll go places, and she will win. She has already won the hearts of many people, and I'm very sure she's going to win many laurels also, right? Now, with your permission, right, let me take the privilege of blowing my own trumpet for some time, right? So a little about me and a little more about my school, right? So when I turn back and look at my 35 years of life as a teacher, I realize that they include my happiest and gravest moments, and they have a record of my sincere accomplishments and utter failures too. And they encompass instances that gave me ample self-satisfaction and moments when I felt I could have done much better. So when I was in my 20s, teaching was not on my wish list. I never wanted to be a teacher, right? But after taking up teaching, I became so passionate about it. And when I got into administration, I still wanted to teach. Even now, I long to teach because teaching directly connects one to students. And you know, a teacher is always a learner. So that is what attracts me more towards this profession even today. I just can't resist talking about Mahatma, my work spot. Like today, and this work spot has always been my second home, sometimes even the first home. Now, people talk about the culture of working from home today. But now I realize for very many years we have been working from our home, from our second home. So Mahatma awaits great challenges, not only for students, but also for teachers. I'll be a very ungrateful person if I don't remember my gurus at this time. And one is my maternal aunt, Mrs. J. Chellam, who was the principal, founder principal of Salem Sri Sharada College, where I studied, who's no more. She just missed the opportunity of becoming the vice chancellor of a university. And the second one is none other than my principal, my senior principal, Mrs. Premlata ma'am, was my mentor. And she's a very special person, you know, she just doesn't order about things. She gets into the field and works. She's the person who knows the way, who shows the way, and who leads the way. So naturally, people who work with her or who work under her are always like her. They cannot be otherwise. Thank you, ma'am, for role modeling all those values to us. So at this time, I am very happy to know that some of my colleagues are here. Thanks for all your presence today. So I thought I would share a little about education, which is my field. Hope I don't bore you. And in India, education has always been something very sacred, a sacred duty of an individual. And the way in which a child is initiated into learning into something very different. We call it Vidyaramba or we call it Aksharabhyasa. So the way the child is initiated into learning by itself is something very special in Indian culture. And it is not really surprising to know that there was a mad rush for gaining education in Indian universities centuries back. And there are great universities like Nalanda, Tachusila, Dharmasila in the north, and in south you have Kandanur Sala and Kanchipuram, the great seat of learning. Foreigners like Fagian and Yongswang, they underwent most difficult and dangerous journeys to come to India and to get a degree from topmost universities of India. And a lot of innovations have been made in the field of were made in the field of science, maths, and astronomy. Just remember the great veterans like Saraka, Sushruta, and Aryabhatta were all Indians, and you know how many inventions and discoveries have been made by Indians in those fields. And it's also surprising to know that there were women professors. And these women professors were traveling from one university to other universities those days, centuries back. Like how we have visiting professors going from one university to another university, right? Like the Harvard University or Oxford or Cambridge. Some of our Indian universities were the most sought after universities those days. And people from Japan, Korea, Indonesia, China were all here to get a coveted degree from Indian universities. And there were also women professors, and that is something very interesting I told you. Now, it is time for myself to push into what I'm supposed to speak today. It is about a part of the name of my school, Mahatma Montessori. Right. We all know Mahatma, the great Gandhiji. I'm first going to talk about Maria. Who's Maria? Maria Montessori, Madam Maria Montessori, was actually a great woman who changed the way education was happening in those days, and she revolutionized. Many people started thinking about education in a very different way after her invention into the field of education. Now, she was born in a small village in Italy, and her father was in military forces. And Maria Montessori wanted to be a doctor. Her father said it is something unheard of, right? You can never be a doctor. Better be a teacher or better be a homemaker. So I think that will suit the women the most, said her father. So she was very much discouraged. But her mother was very encouraging and she always supported her. So Maria Montessori, young Maria Montessori, who wanted to be a doctor like our Bhageshri Devi, she tried again and again to get into medical school, but every time she was rejected. The only reason was that she was a woman, right? But even those days, like she went to Pope, the then Pope for recommendation, and finally she entered in a medical school. Now, and then she became the first woman doctor of Italy, right? And now, sometimes at one point of time, the medicos have to work on dead bodies. So the men those days did not want to work along with the woman, Maria Montessori. They didn't want to work along with her while they were actually analyzing the bodies, right? So what Maria used to do was, she was just totally rejected by them. So she used to go during night hours to do that work. So a woman had to face so much of problem before she could do what she actually wanted to, that is becoming a doctor. So, so she became a doctor, and she was so happy about it. And she just not did not stop with just treating the patients. Right? She was during her internship, she visited many schools. The schools where there were children with mental disabilities, what we call a special school now, children with special needs. And these schools were called those days asylums. And the children there were actually fed and they were just taken care of. They were kept fit and healthy. And that was the only work done by the school, and some kind of teaching was going on, some writing, some reading and all that. And it was not a really a regular or a systematic way of teaching for those young children. So once Maria Montessori visited such school during her internship, and even she was really heartbroken. She saw the way the children were treated there. The children were sitting on the breadcrumbs and were trying to pick them and eat. And she did not find any school that's good for them, right? She just saw the classroom. They had some materials here and there, but it was not a class which would really stimulate the child to read. There was nothing to stimulate to the senses of such children there. Because for such children, the sensory education is very, very important. So in 1898, she gave a lecture on such children, and then she started, in fact, she gave up her profession and she started making materials, what we call Montessori materials, very colorful, attractive materials. In fact, a Montessori classroom is a very inviting environment, and children would really love to enter the Montessori room. So she started developing materials and activities and exercises for children, right? And then what she first thought was that they should be educated. The education should happen through their senses, all the five senses. After which she thought children would be educated through their intellect. And this is what Maria did. It was a very different way of learning. And first, the parents or the people there did not accept her at all. But after talking to them and convincing them, and she really started doing very well. Now, I also work in a Montessori school, and this system is really very good for young children because they're not compelled to do anything. They all do everything out of their own choice. Now, what makes Montessori system so different from other systems, and why does it stand out? Now, here I'll tell you why it is so. So here, all the needs of the child are taken into consideration. The physical needs, the social needs, the mental needs, the emotional needs, the intellectual needs, and the spiritual needs. All are taken care of. And the full potential of the child is drawn out through the activities. Now here, when usually in a classroom situation now, we always say who's the best in the class, the person who tops the class with 90% or 95%. So here in Montessori system, it's not like that. The best in every child is brought up. So there is no comparison at all. Okay, who's better or who's the best? Every child is made, or every child is allowed to bring out its best. There's no comparison at all. And the next one, the Montessori classroom is not like any other regular classroom with the tables, chairs, desks, and with some charts put up on the walls, and not like that. It is actually called an environment. It is a prepared environment for the child. So it is to meet the needs of the child, where the shelves are arranged beautifully and the materials are beautifully arranged, and they are very colorful and very smooth to touch and very well made. These are the materials which were designed by Madam Maria Montessori and given to children. And there's a place for everyone in the Montessori classroom. Usually it's a big classroom, spacious, where the children move around and learn. Right? And there is an order about the Montessori environment. And once you take a material from one place, and you should replace it in the same way. You can't just keep it in any other place. So the evening when the children go back, again you will see all the materials back in their order. Right? We don't change. Today you find in one place and tomorrow, no, nothing doing. It's a very prepared, orderly environment for children. And the teachers there also are trained to observe and facilitate the child. They call them facilitators. They are not teachers actually. So they become a part of that prepared environment. So the materials designed by Maria Montessori became very popular. And today, not only in special school, even in other normal schools, there are a lot of schools in India and across the globe practicing Montessori methods. There are training centers where people are trained to do Montessori course. And there are some principles of Montessori which I'll make it very fast, very interesting. Now, it is not enough if we just buy those materials which are really quite expensive and just stack them. That is not enough for a Montessori environment, buying the materials and putting them in their right place. No. There are a few things which we must keep in mind. The movement and cognition. Movement is very important. Even as I'm talking to you, I move my hands. So when you talk to people, you move your hands. You just don't sit rigidly like that. So in a Montessori environment, children are allowed to take the materials, use them, and they just play with the materials. So the movement is very important. Only when there is movement, there is cognition, there is understanding. See, for example, as adults, when we buy a new mobile phone, we do a lot of exploration, right? We explore what is there, and we just don't stop at buying the phone, right? And we want to know what is special about that, what are the things available there, what are the options available. So we are very particular to know all that. So movement is very, very important. So Montessori environment is a spacious one where children are allowed to move, run, and do all that. There are no restrictions. And it is not for a particular age group, right? You have children of various age groups, maybe 3 to 5, like that. Not in like a regular classroom where 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, like that. So it is a kind of a flexible thing, but a very prepared environment, and it should be ready. And the second one is the child has is given the freedom to select materials of his or her own choice. The teacher doesn't say use this or use that. The child uses materials of her own, right? And so naturally, when we want to do what we want, definitely there will be a ownership of learning. When I am compelled to do something, I may not do that. But when I'm allowed to do what I want, definitely there will be ownership for learning. And the third one is the interest. A lot of interest is created in the child to learn. The fourth one is an extrinsic award. So normally, when the child does something, the parent or the teacher says, you do this, I'll give you this. If you complete your homework, I'll give you a bar, chocolate bar. And if you complete your homework, I'll get you some ice cream. So all these extrinsic awards, I think, even otherwise spoil the child, right? A child should be able to do things. A child should be able to do things on her own without expecting any awards or rewards. So that is what the Montessori, Maria Montessori says. So the experience itself is a reward for the child. So because once we give awards or rewards and stop at a point of time, the child gets disappointed and the child will never work on it again. And the next, learning from the peers, which is very, very important. Today we talk about learning from peers, collaborative learning and all that. So those days, Maria Montessori allowed the children to learn, because when you learn from peers, you learn without any hesitation. You can clarify your doubts first. At the same time, I told you it's a combination of children of different ages. So the younger children learn from older children, and the older children also develop a sort of leadership qualities in them. They take care of the young children, and so they're happy about it. So they become more responsible and they develop more leadership qualities. And learning in a context. Supposing the teacher teaches about insects or some leaves or something, the children are taken out, right? The children go and they go visit some place where they can find leaves or insects or plants, something. So as they come back, they discuss what they had just seen, and they have a nature table where they bring all their collections and then they make something out of it. So it is learning from the context. And then the adult interactions. Now in Montessori environment, the adult should learn how to interact with the child. It's not just you can't interact in any way you want. That is where the teacher's part is very important, and they are trained well for that. And then the orderliness. As I already told you, it is a very prepared environment in a very orderly manner. So once the children know, a child knows if I take this from here, I should replace it in the same place. So the child develops a sort of orderliness. And once the orderliness is maintained in the environment, that goes to the mind. The child becomes very orderly. And in the days to come, you can find a very systematic person. So what Maria Montessori says is, a child comes with a definite past. You have to impact its present and future. So in her view, education should touch the child's life at some point and be holistic and be purposeful. And next, a few words about Mahatma Gandhi, because Mahatma Montessori, right? So what is Mahatma Gandhi? So we always think of Mahatma as a great leader, as a person who fought for this country's freedom, right? And he was a great barrister. So he was multifaceted. And he was also a great educational thinker. So according to him, education is an all-round drawing of the best in child and in man, in body, mind, and spirit. This is what Mahatma Gandhi says about education. So according to Gandhiji, it's a fusion of naturalism, idealism, and pragmatism. Right? So Gandhi did not strictly say in the subjects தான் படிக்கணும் அந்த சப்ஜெக்ட்ஸ் தான் அப்படிலாம் கிடையாது. நேச்சரோட ஏந்த ஒரு கல்வி. அது வந்து பிராக்டிக்கலாகவும் இருக்கணும். சும்மா ஏட்டு சுரக்காயா இல்லாம அது பிராக்டிக்கலாகவும் இருக்கணும். எப்படி பிராக்டிக்கலா இருக்கணும்? அதுக்கு தான் அவர் முன்வைக்கிற ஒரு முக்கியமான விஷயம் லேர்ன் அ ஹேண்டிகிராஃப்ட். ஏதாவது ஒரு கைத்தொழிலை கத்துக்கணும். அதை வந்து சும்மா ஏதோ கத்துக்கிறோமே கத்துக்க கூடாது. சொல்லிக் கொடுக்குறவங்களும் அதை வந்து ஏதோ சொல்லிக் கொடுக்கணுமே சொல்லக்கூடாது. The teachers should teach them the process. எப்படி அதை கத்துக்கணுமோ அந்த முறையில் அதை கற்றுக் கொடுத்தா அந்த கைத்தொழிலை வச்சு அவங்க பின்னாடி அவங்க வந்து தன்னுடைய வாழ்க்கை முறையை மாற்றிக்கொள்ளலாம், வாழ்க்கை நிலையை உயர்த்தி கொள்ளலாம். This is what Gandhiji says. And he talks about the immediate aims of education and the ultimate aims of education. So immediate aim வந்து என்ன சொல்றாருன்னா cultural aim சொல்றாரு. அதுக்கப்புறம் he talks about vocationalization. அதான் I just explained to you. And he talks about perfect development aim. Childhood development வந்து it should not be lopsided. It should be an all-rounded development, mentally, spiritually. எல்லாத்துலயுமே வந்து அந்த child வந்து இதா இருக்கணும். அப்பதான் it should be a perfect. அதாவது the goal of education is not just making a subject expert. It is to make him an all-rounded person, a man of character, as Vivekananda would say, and moral or character development. We know how much of importance Gandhiji gave for morality and ethics, and then liberation. He should be independent. He should not depend on others for his living. So these are the aims of education according to Gandhi. And learning by doing, learning by experience. So now you can find out the similarity between Maria Montessori and Gandhiji. And the teachers should be well trained, and they should have knowledge, and they should also be people of action. They should be lovers of truth and non-violence. So Gandhiji வந்து பேசுறது ஒரு child-centered education. So he wants education to be very creative, and அவருமே ஒரு revolutionary. He talks about mainly 3 H: head, heart, and hand. You work with your hands, you think with your head, and you feel with your heart. All the 3 H according to Gandhiji are very, very important. அவருடைய curriculum வந்து கிராஃப்ட்க்கு முக்கியத்துவம், ஆர்ட்க்கு முக்கியத்துவம், arithmetic, language, and philosophy. So அவரை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் education, it is not to achieve status or money. It should aim at freedom for individual. அவர் என்ன சொல்றாரு? University education should turn them as the servants of country who will fight for country's freedom, because when Gandhiji was there, during those times, India was not independent. So he wanted teachers to instill that sense of independence or the patriotic fervor in their children. So handicraft should not be taught mechanically, but to know why and wherefore. So அதுதான் வந்து பிற்காலத்துல நாமக்கல் கவிஞர் கைத்தொழில் ஒன்றை கற்றுக்கொள், கவலை இல்லை ஒத்துக்கொள் அப்படின்னு சொல்றாரு. Spirituality Gandhiji கொடுத்த முக்கியத்துவம் நமக்கு தெரியும். No day in his ashram went without bhajans. So teacher becomes the custodian of the new society in harmony with nature. So when we look at the philosophies of both Maria Montessori and Mahatma Gandhi, we find a lot of similarities. The love for nature was there. And then the physical activities, the importance he gave, both of them gave for physical activity. Gandhi சொல்றாரு விளையாடு. Go and exert yourself. Do a lot of exercises and be careful about the food that you eat. And this is what he practiced till the end of his life. And the importance of language and arithmetic. And what Maria calls orderliness, Gandhiji calls discipline. So we all know all great minds think alike. So now let's move to the present education system. இப்போ நம்ம education system எப்படி இருக்குன்னு உங்களுக்கு எல்லாருக்குமே தெரியும். It is not only the typical physical class situation where you have a teacher, a blackboard, அதெல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் போயிருச்சு. இப்போ வந்து it is a little different or very, very different. So okay, teachers who have been in this profession for a long time like me, we feel that the new entrants to this profession are really fortunate to be in these exciting times. New teachers are enjoying amazing opportunities, right? They are working with new technologies, and they are working with new approaches, new strategies. It is not just a chalk and board teaching. And we have smart board classes, and we have digitalized education to a great extent. So it's almost a blended learning, where the youngsters want to access, share, and they flow information all the time. So these learners like them, they bring a lot of changes in the classroom and in the learning and teaching environment. It's totally lot of new ideas have come in, and we no longer have only the lecture method of teaching. We have a lot of other methods. So a lot of engaging ways to impress the students, and a personalized teaching experience, one-to-one teaching experience. But I have one question to ask you all. Do you think technology can replace a teacher? Yeah. The ultimate answer would be, like many of you, I also feel that in no way technology can replace a teacher, because a teacher is not there only to impart information. Today, information can be gathered from any source. Everything is available in the net, what we want and what we don't want. So you have to be very choosy about it. But still, there is nothing to replace a teacher, because if there is a right teacher, the teacher would transmit loads of positive energy to his or her students, instill innumerable human values in them, and through his or her unflinching efforts will indubiously make this world a better place to live in. So technology can never replace a teacher, especially a teacher who doesn't only teach, but carries a lot of values with her, which she imparts through different ways to her children. So to conclude, a teacher's influence, we do not know how far it goes. A teacher affects even eternity, they say. So I feel proud to be a teacher who can be a mover and shaker. Once again, I thank the Rotary Club of Madurai West for the honor they have conferred on me today. I close my speech, and I thank the organizers for the opportunity given, and special thanks to Dr. Bhagyashree Devi again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, teacher. Thank you, ma'am.
Wonderful.
Wonderful presentation. Actually, we are learning a lot of things regarding the Montessori and regarding the education and technology behind education, like that. Okay, friends, do you want to recording this?
Anybody want to share their views? You can share, please.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
Please.
Vijaya ma'am, this is Chitra Ganapati here.
Hey ma'am, how are you?
So I'll take this opportunity to congratulate you in person. And Neenga Chonamari, Premalata madam is a big inspiration for many of us. But very few like you are lucky to actually work with her. And என்ன பொறுத்தவரையிலும் நீங்க வந்து அவங்களுடைய ஒரு ஏபிள் தளபதி, ஒரு கமாண்டர் இன் சீஃப் அப்படின்னு நான் சொல்வேன். ஏன்னா we have known each other for a long time, and I have seen how, like, the kind of dedication you bring to your profession is something to be admired. And this award is cannot find a more deserving person than you. அப்படி சொல்வேன் நானு. உங்க பேச்சு ரொம்ப நல்லா இருந்தது. And though we keep hearing the word Montessori, நீங்க சொன்ன விஷயங்கள் பலதும் வந்து it was new to us. I have a small question. Today you ended with a very pertinent question. Can technology replace a teacher? And adu correctana answer you நீங்களே சொல்லிட்டீங்க, like a good teacher. My question is, இன்னைக்கு students வந்து they don't value writing or memorizing. இப்ப நம்மெல்லாம் வந்து சின்ன வயசுல அந்த 4 rule notebook போட்டு ஹேண்ட் ரைட்டிங் எழுதி இன்னைக்கு வந்து they are so addicted to their electronic gadgets. And I am very, very old school. So ஒரு முறை எழுதுறது வந்து 4 வாட்டி படிக்கிறதுக்கு சமம். It helps the memory. How do you get the children to understand this? They don't want to write, they don't want to memorize.
Correct,
This is my question.
Yeah, thank you. ரொம்ப ரொம்ப pertinent question. ஏன்னா இது வந்து நாங்க வந்து ஸ்கூல்லயே பாக்குறது. இப்போ இன்னொரு பெரிய டேமேஜ் லாங்குவேஜுக்கு the WhatsApp is doing. So எல்லாத்துக்கும் வந்து ஒரு ஷார்ட் ஃபார்ம்ஸ் ஸ்கூல் கூட they don't spell it as SCHOOL, they spell it as SKOOL. அது கூட சில சமயம் சுருக்கி SKன்னு கூட போட்டுறாங்க, SKL அப்படின்னு கூட போட்டுறாங்க. So it's only a school can do it. மீதி யாருமே ஈவன் பேரண்ட்ஸ் வேற யாருமே இதை பண்ண முடியாது. ஸோ ஸ்கூல்ல வந்து இன்ஃபேக்ட் இப்போ எல்லாமே வந்து MCQஸா போன இந்த நேரத்துல கூட we insist on descriptive questions. ஸோ சில்ட்ரன் வந்து எழுதி பார்க்கணுங்கிறது இட்ஸ் வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். அண்ட் ஹேண்ட் ரைட்டிங் அந்த மாதிரி நம்ம கொடுக்கும் பொழுது கூட அந்த ஒரு கொஸ்டினோட ஆன்சரை வந்து நம்ம எழுத வைக்கிறோம். ஸோ அந்த ஹேண்ட் ரைட்டிங்கும் இம்ப்ரூவ் ஆகிற மாதிரி இருக்கும். அதை எழுதும் போது அந்த ஆன்சரை உங்க மனசுல பதிஞ்ச மாதிரி இருக்கும். அதே மாதிரி இந்த மெமரி டீச்சர்ஸ்லாம் சொல்றீங்க இல்லையா, அதெல்லாம் தமிழ் டீச்சர்ஸ்லாம் சில சமயம் டியூன் போட்டு சொல்லி கொடுக்குறாங்க. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி சொல்லி கொடுக்கும்பொழுது அவங்களுக்கு கொஞ்சம் அதுவும் அவங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்ச டியூன், ஒரு பாப்புலர் டியூன்ல அது சொல்லி கொடுக்கும்போது கண்டிப்பா அது அவங்க மனசுல பதியறதுக்கு ஒரு சான்சஸ் இருக்கு. பட் we are finding it difficult. It is not something easy to make them write and memorize things. அதனால போயிடுச்சு. பட் அதாவது நானும் ஃபீல் பண்ணேன், மெமரி டெஸ்ட் இருக்கிற வரைக்கும் அது பரவாயில்ல. அது 10th வரைக்கும் தான் இருக்கு, 11 and 12 அது கூட இல்லை. So unless the child makes a conscious effort, ஏன்னா நம்ம வேதாஸ் எல்லாமே எப்படி it was passed down from one generation to another through memory தானே. ஸோ அதெல்லாம் வந்து I think the parents also should play an important role in that. கொஞ்சம் ஸ்லோகங்கள் சொல்லி கொடுக்கறது அந்த மாதிரி கொஞ்சம் சின்ன வயசுலேருந்தே அதை ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணாங்கன்னா அவங்களுக்கு அந்த ஒரு எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் பிடிச்சி போச்சுன்னா they will start doing it.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Again, வாழ்த்துக்கள்.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, I have one question.
Yes, sir.
Actually, nowadays children are overloaded by data and informations by technology. So, இதை பத்தி உங்க வியூஸ் என்ன மேம்?
அது ஓரளவுக்கு உண்மைதான் சார். இப்போ வந்து நீங்க வந்து படிச்சிருப்பீங்க, இப்போ நிறைய பெரிய ரைட்டர்ஸ் எல்லாம் சொல்லியிருக்காங்க இந்த மாதிரி. இதை நான் வந்து ஒரு டெலிஃபோன் நம்பர்ஸை மெமரைஸ் பண்ணவோ இல்லை ஒரு அட்ரஸஸை மெமரைஸ் பண்ணவோ என்னோட வேலை கிடையாது. So yeah, it is all stored. I should do something better than that. அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருக்காரு. ஸோ இன்னைக்கு ட்ரெண்ட் எப்படி இருக்குன்னா, lot of information comes to them through different sources. So sometimes they become so addicted to it. And எதை ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கணும் எதை வச்சுக்க வேண்டாங்கிற ஒரு கான்செப்ட் அவங்களுக்கு தெரியல. ஸோ லைக் அ சீவ், அந்த மைண்ட் வந்து எது வேணுமோ அதை மட்டும் வச்சுட்டு வேணாங்கிறத விட்டுணுங்கிறத அவங்களுக்கு தெரியப்படுத்தணும். எது ஏன்னா டேட்டாஸ் இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் எல்லாமே வந்து இட் இஸ் ஹேப்பனிங் டு தெம் வித்அவுட் தேர் ஓன் நாலேஜ். அதுல சிலது தான் நமக்கு தேவைப்படும், பலது நமக்கு தேவைப்படாதுங்கிறத we should make them understand.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Anybody can share their views? President?
Yes, we can close the next.
Yeah, we can go for vote of thanks. Right?
Before that, I want to recognize visiting Rotarians.
Yeah.
I want to recognize Rotarian Gnana Gugan from Rotary Club of President, Rotary Club of Northwest. நம்ம நாளைக்கு அப்புறம் நம்ம அம்சப்பிரியா மேடம் வந்திருக்காங்க. ஸோ அவங்களே கூட நம்ம ரெகனைஸ் பண்ணணும். மேடம் கொஞ்சம் ஃப்ரீக்வெண்ட்டாக வரணும், நீங்க எங்க எல்லாரோட ரிக்வஸ்ட் அது. இது போக நம்ம இவர் வந்திருக்காரு, நம்ம இன்னைக்கு மிஸ்டர் பிரபாகர் தௌமணி சார் இன்னைக்கு மீட்டிங் வந்திருக்காங்க. சாரையுமே நான் ரெகனைஸ் பண்றேன். வெல்கம் சார். Can proceed.
Yeah, we can proceed for vote of thanks.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, vote of thanks by our past President Ravi Parthasarathi. Sir?
Ravi?
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yeah.
Stephen, yes.
Audible? Hello?
Yes, Ravi. Proceed.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, President. Yes. This being the basic education and literacy month, we have found the apt person for the evening today to give the award and to recognize the service of a teacher, which is very, very essential, I would say. I'm very thankful to Raja Govinda Swami sir for taking a lot of strains and making her to come and visiting this morning to meet her in person and hand over the award, and the president and other persons, district secretary and RC, our regional secretary. all those people who went there this morning to hand over the award. I thank everyone for their work this morning they have taken. During the initial session, we came to understand how the student and teacher both, they felt, they shared a beautiful composition. This was quite amazing for me because many teachers wouldn't be able to hear what students thought about them. And you are very much fortunate, Mrs. Vijay Sundar ma'am, for hearing your student doctor talking about you. And Bhagishri would be very much fortunate to tell her impressions on her teacher. And obviously, yes, am I audible?
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes.
you can proceed.
Yes. The teacher, she talked about a lot of her glorious things, and she talked about her gurus, and she talked about her institution. And we are very fortunate that Hamsapriya is also there today, and Hamsapriya would be feeling much delighted to her talking about the school and its things and all. Yes. The many things that she talked about was about Montessori and how Gandhiji, the both combination, how Mahatma, Montessori, the combination came about. We have heard about Mahatma a lot, and Maria Montessori is quite known, even though she is quite known, but we are not able to listen her stories. But now she has come out with the story of Maria Montessori, and we are fortunate to listen to that. And particularly Gandhi's 3 heights. We have heard about Gandhi's 3 donkeys, but these 3 heights, head, hand, and heart, which is quite amazing for me. It's a learning for me also. Thank you for sharing that amazing information. And while talking about, she told one important thing, like, எனக்கு ஒரு இந்த இது திருக்குறள் தான் ஒண்ணு ஞாபகம் வந்தது, எங்கேயோ படிச்ச ஞாபகம் இருந்தது. இப்ப நான் அதை தேடி கண்டுபிடிச்சு எடுத்தேன். சித்ரா கணபதி இருக்காங்க, திருக்குறள்லாம் கரெக்டா சொல்லணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு நான் எடுத்து வச்சிருக்கேன். அதாவது, கூறாமை நோக்க குறிப்பறிவான் எஞ்ஞான்றும் மாறா நீர் வையக்கனி அப்படின்னு ஒரு குறள் இருக்கு. ஆரம்ப சாரும் இருக்காருன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். அவர் இருக்கும்போது திருக்குறள்லாம் சொல்லக்கூடாது, இருந்தாலும் நான் சொல்றேன். சோ இதுக்கு என்ன அர்த்தம் அப்படின்னா, ஒருவர் சொல்லாமலேயே அவருடைய முகத்தை, அவருடைய குறிப்பை அறிகிறவர் தான் இந்த உலகத்துக்கு சிறந்த அணிகலன் அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. ஆக்சுவலா டீச்சர்ஸ் எல்லாருக்குமே தெரியும், நம்ம ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் முன்னாடி உட்கார்ந்து இருக்கும் போது யாருக்கு ஆன்சர் தெரியாதுங்கிறது அந்த டீச்சருக்கு தெரியும். சோ அந்த டீச்சரை கண்டுபிடிச்சு அவரை பாயிண்ட் அவுட் பண்ணி அவரை எழுப்பி அவருக்கும் புரிய வச்சுட்டு தான் அந்த டீச்சர் அடுத்த கட்டத்தை நோக்கி போவாங்க. So that much of work is a teacher's job. அந்த அளவுக்கு ஒரு டீச்சர் எல்லாரையும் பார்த்தா தான் அந்த டீச்சர் ஒரு சிறந்த டீச்சரா இருக்க முடியும் அப்படிங்கிறது என்னுடைய ஒப்பீனியன். அண்ட் நல்லாவே தெரியுது, மேடம் she has seen all those platforms. அதனால அவங்க இந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டு தான் வந்திருப்பாங்க. அவங்களுடைய இந்த மாதிரியான சர்வீஸ் நல்லாவே எல்லாருக்கும் தெரிய வந்திருக்கு அப்படிங்கிறதையும் சொல்லிட்டு இன்னும் ஒரு திருக்குறளையும் சொல்லிடலாம்னு நினைக்கிறேன். சொல்லிட்டு அதோட நான் முடிச்சுக்கிறேன். தாம் இன்புறுவது உலகின் புறக்கண்டு காமுறுவர் கற்றறிந்தார் அப்படின்னு ஒரு குறள் இருக்கு. இதுல என்ன அர்த்தம்னா, தாம் இன்புறுவதற்கு காரணமான கல்வியால் உலகமும் இன்புறுவதை கன்று கற்றறிந்த அறிஞர் மேன்மேலும் பெருமைப்படுவார் அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. சோ அந்த மாதிரி உங்களுக்கு நீங்க எப்படி பெருமைப்படுறீங்களோ சொல்லி தந்து, அதே மாதிரி பேருக்கு சங்கமும் ரோட்டரி கிளப் ஆஃப் மதுரை வெஸ்ட் நாங்களும் உங்களுக்கு ஒரு அவார்டு கொடுத்து நாங்களும் பெருமைப்பட்டுக்கிறோம். உங்க பெருமையில நாங்களும் பெருமையா எடுத்துக்கிறோம் அப்படிங்கிறதையும் சொல்லி வாய்ப்புக்கு நன்றி கூறி வணக்கம். தேங்க்யூ.
Wonderful Ravi, wonderful. Finally, I want to thank our ராஜா சார். ஏன்னா இதுல பாத்தீங்கன்னா இந்த மீட்டிங்ல பாத்தீங்கன்னா எல்லா எஃபர்ட்டுமே ராஜா சாரோட எஃபர்ட் தான். அந்த ஷீல்ட் ரெடி பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சு அந்த ஆர்டர் எல்லாமே ரெடி பண்ணி மேம்கிட்ட பேசி அவங்க பர்மிஷன் வாங்கி டாக்டர்கிட்ட பேசி அவங்கள்ட்ட வாங்கி எல்லாமே ராஜா சாருடைய அரேஞ்ச்மெண்ட்ஸ் தான். இந்த மீட்டிங் ரொம்ப நல்லா முடிஞ்சதனுடைய எல்லா பொறுப்பு இதுவும் அவரே சேர்ந்தது. தேங்க்யூ. ஓவர் டு யூ சிவா.
Thank you friends. Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks, Anand.
Now the meeting is adjourned. Thank you.